Picture this. It's just before dawn, and the world around you is a maze of shattered buildings and narrow streets that used to be a neighborhood. In another life, people walked dogs here, bought bread, complained about traffic. Tonight, it's your battlefield. You are the commander of a platoon that is not just deployed at the front, it is surrounded. Your radio hisses with broken fragments of messages, half words and static. The map in your hand is already outdated. The lines drawn on it never survive first contact with reality. You have 33 people under your command. 33 lives that expect you to know what to do when the lights go out and the world shrinks to gunfire, dust, and instinct. The enemy is somewhere in every direction, and the one thing you don't have is a clear way out. You feel it before anyone says it out loud. The pattern of incoming fire changes. It's not just from the front anymore. Rifles crack from an alley you thought was cleared. A machine gun opens up from a window you could have sworn was empty minutes ago. Tracer rounds stitch the air from your left, then your right. Your platoon sergeant slides up beside you and says the words you were already thinking. Sir, I think we're surrounded. The night started with a simple order. Hold this intersection. Prevent a breakthrough. Wait for the next phase. On paper, it was a textbook blocking position. In practice, the next phase never came. Artillery hit farther south than expected. A friendly unit pulled back without warning. And before you realized it, the lines had bent, twisted, and quietly snapped shut behind you. You didn't move. The battlefield moved around you. There is a very specific kind of silence that comes with those words. Not the silence of peace, but the silence inside each person as they calculate what this might mean. Every soldier in your platoon has heard stories. Units overwhelmed. Last stands. People who fought until the radio went quiet and the names turned into memorials. You don't have the luxury to think like that. You don't have the right. Because when you're the commander, fear is something you manage, not something you display. Your job is simple and impossible at the same time. Keep them alive. Complete the mission. Bring as many of them home as you can. And do it while cut off, low on ammunition, and surrounded by people who want you erased from the map. You press your radio to your ear and call higher headquarters again. Castle, this is Alpha 1-1. We are taking fire from 3 directions. We may be encircled. Requesting guidance and fire support. Static answers first. Then a voice, strained but calm. Alpha 1-1, copy. Hold position. We're working our way to you. You take a breath that doesn't feel deep enough. The air tastes like dust, propellant, and the faint metallic sharpness of blood. You look at your people, tired faces under dirty helmets, eyes that are wide awake even after 20 hours on the line. You know their stories. The one who hasn't written home in weeks. The one who still keeps a photo of his dog taped inside his helmet. The one who jokes too much when things get bad because it's the only way he knows how to stay steady. They're looking at you now. Hold position. Easy words to say from a distance. Hard words to live inside of. You know that standing still when the enemy moves around you is how platoons vanish. You also know that panicking, rushing, and breaking formation is how they die faster. So you do what commanders have done for centuries when the circle closes in. You make your world smaller, clearer, more disciplined than theirs. You turn chaos into sectors, arcs of fire, and overlapping fields of responsibility. The first serious probe comes just after you finish that lap. A burst of automatic fire tears into the wall above your position, showering you with brick and plaster. You hear the crack of rifles, the deep, repetitive cough of your own machine gun answering back. Somewhere, a grenade goes off with a dull, concussive thump that you feel in your chest more than in your ears. You drop behind cover, headset pressed tight. Alpha 1-1 to all call signs. Stay low, keep your sectors, report only what you see. You move from squad to squad, checking positions. First squad is watching the North Street, where a burned-out car marks the edge of your field of fire. Second squad covers the alley to the east, where a collapsed balcony hangs over the road like a broken jaw. Third squad covers the rear, a narrow lane choked with debris and shadows. You assign priorities of fire, confirm fields of view, and adjust machine guns by inches, not meters. Don't chase ghosts, you tell them. Short bursts, confirm targets. We're not wasting ammo. There's a temptation when you're surrounded to shoot at anything that moves, to try to claw your way out with sheer volume of fire. That's how people run dry, how barrels overheat, how discipline dissolves into noise. You can't afford that. So you force yourself and your platoon to move slower in your minds than your hearts are beating. You turn fear into checklists. Ammo counts, casualty updates, sector reports. Red team, green on ammo. Blue team, 1 wounded, stable. Black 2, contact front, suppression effective. The first serious probe comes just after you finish that lap. A burst of automatic fire tears into the wall above your position, showering you with brick and plaster. You hear the crack of rifles, the deep, repetitive cough of your own machine gun answering back. Somewhere, a grenade goes off with a dull, concussive thump that you feel in your chest more than in your ears. You drop behind cover, headset pressed tight. Alpha 1-1 to all call signs. Stay low, keep your sectors, report only what you see. Between firefights, the world shrinks to the sound of breathing and distant explosions. You can hear someone quietly whispering a prayer, just loud enough for themselves. You can hear the metallic clink of a magazine being changed, the soft rip of a bandage being opened. Your medic crawls past you, headed toward a wounded soldier who took shrapnel in the leg. You want to go help, to do something with your hands, but you can't. Your weapon, right now, is not your rifle. It's your voice, your decisions, your ability to see 5 minutes ahead when everyone else can only see 5 seconds. Then the situation shifts, not because of anything you can see at first, but because of what you can't hear. The enemy fire that was constant starts to stutter, then thin. The attacks come in smaller bursts from farther away. They thought they could break you quickly. They didn't. And now, somewhere out there, someone is reminding them of a very old lesson. You don't press too hard on a desperate unit that has nowhere to go. Desperate soldiers fight like people who have already accepted the price. More calls to hire, more promises that support is on the way. You request artillery, but the risk of hitting your own men is too high. You request a corridor, a gap, anything. The reply comes back blunt. Negative on movement. You are in a kill box if you leave cover. Hold until friendly units close the gap. Hold. The word keeps repeating. Hold the line. Hold your ground. Hold yourself together. You organize the withdrawal like you organize the defense, by sectors, by squads, by discipline. No rushing, no chaos, no hero sprints alone into the dark. You peel back in layers, one element covering while another moves. Every step you take away from that intersection is a step that someone, somewhere, decided you had no right to make. But you made it anyway. Not because you were fearless, but because you were afraid and kept going. Your radio crackles again. This time the voice is clearer, closer, more urgent. Alpha 1-1, this is Bravo 2-5. We are approaching from your south. Mark your position. We're opening you a way out. You feel something in your chest unclench that you didn't even know was tight. You pop a flare through a broken window, watch it bloom above the rooftops. For a second, the ruined city is washed in color instead of gunfire. You turn to your platoon. Faces streaked with sweat and dirt look back at you. You held, you tell them. Now we move. It means that when the circle closed around you, you didn't fold. You didn't run. You held. You turned 33 individuals into one will. You brought them through. And somewhere, in the quiet that follows the noise, you will realize something simple and terrifying and true. You would do it again tomorrow if it meant they had a chance to live. Hours later, when the sun is finally up and the adrenaline has burned away, you will sit on an ammo crate, helmet off, hands shaking just enough that you notice. Someone will hand you a bottle of water, and you'll drink it like it's the first one you've ever had. You will count heads. He will say the names of the ones who didn't make it. He will look at the faces of the ones who did. And only then will you allow yourself to understand what it means to be the commander of a surrounded platoon.